And a good Saturday morning to you. 7 o'clock for you right now. And here's a live look outside in downtown San Jose. Beautiful start to the morning, but how will it shape up throughout the day? We'll check that out in just a bit. Thanks so much for starting your morning right here with us. I'm Marcus Washington in for Kira Clapper. And of course, VNA Runners taking a look at that microclimate forecast for us today. Starting out cooler this morning.
A lot cooler and a lot foggier. Look at this shot of San Francisco. Now, I chose this shot because our Sutro Tower cam over the Golden Gate Bridge is completely fogged out, but you can barely make out the buildings right behind there. Temperatures are at about 53 degrees. It's also starting to get very windy out there. The reason for that is because, well, we are tracking an incoming cold front, and that's going to kick up those winds, and it's also going to keep our daytime highs a lot cooler than what we saw yesterday, even cooler than yesterday. Yesterday, we still managed to hit some upper 70s. Today, we're only going to be topping out into those upper 60s, and we even have a chance of seeing some drizzle in San Francisco and along some coastal mountain areas, including the Santa Cruz Mountains, but a majority of the rain does stick off to the north and just east of us. So we'll be okay in terms of rain. Not worried about widespread rainfall, but if you're going to be going to the city, it's going to be a little windy, so pack, a coat and get ready. I'll have a breakdown of what we're tracking coming up in just a bit.
I want to stick around for that one.
Yeah, Easter Sunday, I've got that covered.
It's going to be a nice one, too. All right. Well, we begin with continuing coverage for you of a woman dragged by a Muni train. This is after her hand gets stuck in a door. Now, this is prompting new concerns about the transit agency's new trains. So what happened, and could this happen again? Those are the questions being asked. State regulators are now on the case, and Muni is under the microscope. Today in the Bay, Sergio Quintana went to Embarcadero Station to get some answers.
In video that was first obtained by the San Francisco Examiner, you can see when she gets to the train and gets her hand stuck in the door. It looks like a station agent tries to tell the operator, but the train takes off and drags the woman. She falls onto the tracks where San Francisco fire rescue crews had to retrieve her.
1035 RC1, is she pinned under the train or is she getting it out? RC1, yeah, she's not trapped or anything. We can get her out. We just need a backboard.
The California Public Utilities Commission announced it's opened an investigation on this incident. The new trains don't have mirrors. Instead, operators can only see passengers boarding through a video camera. The acting director of the SFMTA Transit Division, Julie Kirschbaum, demonstrated how sensors are supposed to open if a person sticks their hand in a closing door.
Stop here.
Right now, it's closing on.
Her hand was trapped during the demo. She says the SFMTA is adding additional door sensors to prevent future accidents.
We currently have this enhancement on 7 vehicles. We're going to be starting to do the entire fleet next month.
Those enhancements should be added to the new batch of trains it plans on ordering. But after recent reports of problems, Supervisor Aaron Peskin says the SFMTA has some explaining to do before City Hall hands over $62 million for more of the new Siemens-built trains.
I'm not inclined to spend money until all of these questions have been adequately answered.
Sergio Quintana, NBC, Bay Area News.
7:03 for you right now, and we are still waiting word about a body discovered near Fort Funston early yesterday evening. People on the beach told our photographer they saw fire crews pulling the body out of the water. We have calls into the fire department to get more information. Of course, we'll pass that along to you as soon as we find out that information. And that discovery on the hills of the still missing 18-year-old Hayward High School football standout. He went missing Thursday. This is after falling off of a boogie board in Half Moon Bay. Last night, many friends, family, and loved ones gathered for a candlelight vigil in his honor. That vigil taking place at Hayward High School last night. Naftali Mau, football teammates, and his church family were gathered at the vigil. They wrote notes to the family, hugging one another and doing everything they could to provide comfort.
He was a fantastic young man who has been described as a gentle giant, which is not an exaggeration.
Now, football was Moi Moi's passion. Despite several injuries, he was given a full ride to the University of Wyoming. His family says that they will camp out at the beach in Half Moon Bay, where he was last seen, until authorities recover his body. A developing story in Oakland. An 18-month-old is in critical condition. This is after falling from a second-story apartment building. It happened late yesterday afternoon at the intersection of 16th and MLK. That child fell from the fire escape. Of course, we'll update his condition, or the child's condition, throughout the weekend. And a cruel crime in downtown San Leandro. A man robbed a blind woman, Juwan Despaney, a student at San Leandro High School, was arrested for stealing a blind woman's phone. Now, this happened Wednesday morning near the BART station. She says that she was using her cane to scan her path when the thief aggressively grabbed her phone. That woman tried to fight back, but instead fell to the ground. Good Samaritans helped lead police to that robber. Well, sideshows in Oakland have police making changes to prevent them from happening again. This move comes after last Sunday's destructive sideshow on 42nd Avenue and International Boulevard. About 1,000 people were on hand. Gunshots were fired and a big rig truck as well as an AC transit bus were lit on fire. Police say they will have a large number of officers on hand as well as air support dedicated to preventing sideshows this weekend. 7:06 right now, and today you can expect a blowout, literally. No, I'm not talking about from an athletic game, but from the potential record crowd for one of San Francisco's most storied celebrations, 420. A cruise assembled stages, booths at Hippie Hill for today's big event. There will be music, food, and of course, plenty of people smoking weed. But fair warning for you, this is BYOP, bring your own pot. Now, the city hasn't finished permitting process yet for the dispensary, so it is being asked that you make sure you get your weed from a legal and trusted source.
If you buy from somebody you do not know, then you risk taking contaminated product, which is what happened last year.
Well, around a dozen people overdosed on fentanyl-laced marijuana last year during the 420 event. This year, City Park Rangers will have Narcan on hand to reverse any opioid overdoses. And warning signs are up. Busy Bay Area Freeway will be shut down this weekend. 680 will close in both directions at Sheraton Road in Sunol early tomorrow morning. This is Sunday from 12:30 a.m. until 9 a.m. Now, Caltrans is retrofitting the overpass and working to add a new express lane along 680. Your best bet is to use 880, 580, and 238 instead. Well, much more ahead for you here on Today in the Bay. Coming up, an unusual deal made by Contra Costa County's district attorney. We're going to tell you about the wager between the county attorney and the pimp he put in jail. Plus, it's not where they belong. The troubling place electric scooters are turning up and why one man you see right there is going to great lengths to round them up.
Born in New York, but it found its beat in the Bay.
Rap is basically poetry over a beat.
From old school,
my name is cemented into history,
to the new.
It's just like embracing our uniqueness and just taking that to the universe.
Don't miss the untold stories of the poets who created the Bay Area sound and took it global.
Nobody else from the West Coast can do it like Bay Area.
Bay Area Revelations, Culture of Hip Hop. Saturday, April 27th on NBC Bay Area.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Buick Encore for around $199 per month.
It's time for the Rebate or Ride Sales event. The world's best swim-in-place experience is on sale now at Hot Spring Spas. Hurry in to save thousands on your new swim spa and get 48-month special financing. Act now to enjoy a low-impact and high-benefit swim spa workout. During this special event, you'll also get your choice of an additional $1,000 factory rebate or an underwater aqua bike. Only at Hot Spring Spas with locations in Santa Cruz and San Jose. Let one of our aquatic fitness experts help you find the ideal swim spa today.
And a good morning to you. 7:09 for you right now. Looking out at parts of the East Bay. Walnut Creek right here this morning. Off to a cloudy start. Well, it's an unusual bet between a prosecutor and a man he put in jail. This gentleman's agreement will decide who gets a bunch of seized goods, including cars. They'll either go to the county or a convicted felon. Today in the Bay's Jody Hernandez looks at the Pacifics, and that may help the county avoid years of court hearings.
Mr. Joseph lived large, he dressed large. If there was any type of flashy clothing you could associate with somebody who's engaged in human trafficking, Mr. Joseph had it.
And prosecutors say James Joseph, who went by the nickname Spider, wanted to keep all his luxury belongings, despite being sentenced to 174 years to life in prison for running a nationwide sex trafficking ring, the largest case of human trafficking in Contra Costa County history.
Mr. Joseph in any given year was making between $1 million and $1.4 million.
A civil trial over the assets was set for this week, with Joseph serving as his own attorney. But instead, prosecutor Aaron DeFerrari and Joseph struck a deal, a so-called gentleman's agreement.
If he wins his appeals and gets his case dismissed and walks as a free man one day, he can have his money back. If we win, we get the money.
That means Joseph's Range Rover and 2 Mercedes that have been sitting in the San Ramon Police Department parking lot for 4 years can finally go to auction. Joseph's designer clothing collection, including fancy shoes, watches, sunglasses, belts, and bags, can be sold too. The proceeds will be held until the convict's appeals are over.
If it's a gamble, I'm going to bet on us. If we're racing for pink slips, I don't think he's got enough horsepower.
Jody Hernandez, NBC Bay Area News.
Interesting story there. 7-11 for you right now, and there's much more ahead here on Today in the Bay. Coming up, we're going to tell you about some good news, especially if you're in the market to buy a home. Those prices coming down, even right here in the Bay Area.
And we've got that fog, not just along the coastline, but it's already managed to creep in through the interior valleys. I'll break down how much cooler we're expected to be today. And of course, I have a look at your Easter Sunday forecast coming up. Stay with us.
Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. Dependability should never rule out spontaneity. Wouldn't it be nice to have it all in a Toyota Prius? Get $1,000 cash back on the carpool lane-friendly Prius Prime, or choose low 2.9% financing on Prius, now available with all-wheel drive. Toyota Safety Sense and 2 years no-cost maintenance come standard. Toyota. Let's go places.
Your home should be a reflection of you. If it suits you and how you live, that's all that matters. That's why our newest collection at Living Spaces is designed to mix and match beautifully to create a look that's all your own.
With pieces that encourage you to follow your instincts, not the rules.
Who says your finishes have to match?
Or that you can't mix classic and modern.
Shop our collection exclusively at Living Spaces.
And show us how you make it your own.
With the Chase mobile app, Jason Wu could pay practically anyone at any bank, all while putting on a runway show for New York Fashion Week. He could. Or he could make it even easier and set up recurring payments to his neighbor for cat sitting.
Whoa, you groomed her too.
And now she's ready for the catwalk. Life lived Jason's way. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Chevy Truck Month continues with 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. Or this deal gets stronger. Current competitive owners get a total value of over $9,500 when financing with GM Financial.
Taking a live look in downtown San Jose at the Shark Tank. Sharks are playing tomorrow, but in Vegas, sending early. Go get them, Sharks. 7:14 for you right now, and more problems for those electric scooters. Dozens have been found in local waterways, and one man is on a mission to stop it. Roger Castillo has made it his job to pull scooters out of the Guadalupe River in San Jose. Now, he's worried that those batteries on those scooters are polluting the waters.
You rent something at a company, you have to bring it back. Here, people are abandoning them.
There's no excuse to damage other people's property, so that's silly.
The city of San Jose is rolling out a new permit program that will require companies to retrieve broken devices within 2 hours. Okay, so this is a story a lot of you will be interested in. If you're hunting for a home, this may be the best time to buy one in years, relatively speaking. Now, experts say that local real estate market has hit its peak and a huge surge in the house value is slowing down. As Today in the Bay's Damian Trujillo found out, we're seeing signs of growing buyer's market nationwide.
That does not mean this is a buyer's market. This is only one of 1,500 homes for sale throughout Santa Clara County. The inventory remains low.
There's a little bit more negotiation happening with buyers.
Cristina Gonzalez with Keller Williams says the days of soaring home values are over.
We're starting to see that the buyers are not surrendering completely to the sellers.
The analysis comes on the heels of a report by the online real estate site Trulia. It shows the West Coast markets, mainly Las Vegas and San Jose, are cooling off with more price cuts and homes taking longer to sell.
The fact that we are slowing down on equity year over year does not mean that home prices are falling. It just means that we're more in a correction.
Still, the median price in San Jose remains around $1.2 million.
That is not affordable.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
The Fries think maybe they should have bought 10 years ago when they comfortably moved to San Jose. Now they can barely afford to live here.
Everything is increasing. Cost of living is increasing, but cost of living increases for salary doesn't match it. We're no longer comfortable. You know, we have to work harder and try harder.
Santa Clara County's inventory remains low, around 1,500 homes on the market. That means instead of 5 choices, buyers might only have 1, and there's still hefty competition for that one home. The realtor tells me homes under $1 million like this one remain competitive and are selling well. We're in San Jose. I'm Damian Trujillo, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, well, I want you to take a look at this right now. Beautiful sights there. Spring skiing in the Sierra. Well, this is video from Donner Skis Ranch where they still have 8 to 12 feet of snow on those slopes. Look at that. Well, usually this time of year, they only have about 3 or 4. Well, a lot of skiers there and snowboarders ditching the jackets on the slopes like you see that girl there, just to enjoy their time there.
Oh, yeah. We had an impressive snowpack, which is what's going to extend the ski season so well. But, you know, when we begin to warm up, then the snow begins to melt. And then, you know, we've got some other situations going on. But, you know, this weekend, they're actually expecting a couple showers up in the Sierra because of a cold front. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a little bit, you know, keeps the temperatures a little cooler, helps keep some of that snowpack nice like you saw in that video. But San Francisco right now is pretty foggy. We've got a good marine layer holding on tight, and it's kind of hugging the coastline. Already made its way through some of the interior valleys. Our temperatures waking up this morning in the 50s. And this is what San Jose looks like. We've got a pretty good start. Weather's nice and calm, 56 degrees. But again, we are expecting today to be a little cloudier, but also cooler. So let me show you what I'm talking about when I mention the marine layer. We've got some fog all the way up from the North Bay, hugging the coastline in through San Francisco, Half Moon Bay as well. Parts of the Santa Cruz Mountains along your Highway 17 drive. And we've also got some fog right now in through Hayward, Livermore. San Jose had a little bit of fog, but not as much fog right now. But futurecast right now, I want to take you through this timeline because, again, we've been tracking this kind of quick moving system that could bring the chance of seeing some drizzle. A lot of that rain, though, is going to stay off to the north and east of us, but it may bring a couple of pop-up showers, very, very light drizzle. Right around 10, 11 a.m., you see it kind of pops up, but look at where the majority of that rain seems to stay, which is why I was mentioning that the Sierra Mountains could see a little bit of a wintry mix for the higher elevation tops. The majority, though, will just get a couple light showers and then some clearing into the afternoon. So all in all, the cloudy skies will prevail. That's what's going to keep our daytime highs a lot cooler than the past 2 days that we've seen. By Sunday, the system clears out and then high pressure begins to dominate again. But let's talk about your daytime highs for today because you're going to notice the winds kicking up as well. As that cold front passes through, those winds begin to kind of kick up into the evening. And even right now in San Francisco, it's getting pretty breezy. San Jose, 64-degree high for today. Morgan Hill, 67. In through the East Bay, we've got low 60s in Oakland. And then we've also got some 70s in through the interior valley. valley. So we've got a much degree drop compared to yesterday. We hit the 70s, and the day before that we were in the 80s. So this is a bit of a cool down for us. In through the peninsula, 60s. If you're going to be heading out into the city for any sort of event, the 420 event, take a jacket, take a coat. It's going to be breezy. The temperatures will only be topping out in the 60s, and it's also going to be very cloudy. Up through the North Bay, 66 degrees. Up through Ukiah. And here's a quick event if you want to go over to an Easter parade and egg hunt on a Saturday. Sausalito's having a fun one. The temperatures will be topping out in those mid 60s, and this is definitely going to be our cloudiest day because I want to give you a look ahead at your Easter Sunday, and a lot of people are worried that we're going to be dealing with cloudy skies tomorrow. But once that system moves out, the high pressure begins to take in, and then we get rid of the cloud cover. We're going to get a combination of sun and clouds for tomorrow. Our temperatures will begin to warm up comfortably, and this is going to set us up for a bit of a warming trend expected to bring 80s back into our forecast by Monday. So your Easter Sunday, you don't have to worry about the rain. You don't have to worry about cooler temperatures. You just have to worry about a nice warm up and making sure you get to hang out with family and friends. And then we get a bigger warm up as we head in towards the work week. It's going to be a good Sunday. I hope everybody gets a chance to go outside. Marcus?
Yeah, Vinny, I'm smiling. Give me a forecast to smile about. 7:21 for you right now. Still ahead here. Turning a lifelong love of surfing to something even greater. One man's journey to help others. It's part of our Bay Area Proud series.
Dinner on Easter would not be the same without a honey-baked ham. So it wouldn't be Easter without it.
It's sweet and savory. Oh, I can't wait to have it.
I just can't get enough of it.
Don't wait. Order your honey-baked ham now.
Drive yours home today. Now get F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months. That means over $10,000 in savings. Only at your California Ford dealers.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, opening May 31st at the Disneyland Resort.
Start dreaming of backyard season and how great it could be with a durable, attractive new shed, studio, or garage from Tough Shed. Use our online design tool at toughshed.com. Then let our building experts handle the final details, delivery, and installation. Great selection, free upgrades, and special financing in April. Nobody has what Tough Shed has. Make this the year of your backyard. Give us a call, stop in, or design online at toughshed.com. Dream, design, and build with Tough Shed.
How do you get your honey-baked ham?
I always call it in. I reserved it online and then came and picked it up.
I always just walk in. I've never had any problem with a big long line.
It was easy in and out.
We've made it quick and easy to get your honey-baked ham. Call or order online now.
Well, 7:23 for you right now, and I want to set this next story up for you. The sun was out and the waves were perfect. Now, that's the ultimate combination, enticing surfers to Santa Cruz, and that was the case last weekend. But among those were some beginner surfers and a special group of volunteers to help them. Today in the Bay's Garvin Thomas has their story, and this morning it's Bay Area Proud.
One of those volunteers is a surfer named Brian Waters. Brian told me as a kid he lived in 14 states in just a span of 7 years. That is a tough way to find a community to fit in with. Well, he eventually did find his community and is now using it to do some good. There's an old saying about still waters running deep. But in Santa Cruz this weekend,
and then we'll get you checked in.
Brian Waters,
and hey, David, you know who you're paired with?
Was just plain running.
We got to get him to the table.
Through his lists, mainly.
You never stop checking. Trying to stay one step ahead.
Brian, you see, has volunteered for a big job. Head of Water Safety for Operation Surf.
I'm proud to be back here with our crew.
This is the 9th year that Operation Surf has returned to Santa Cruz, bringing with them wounded, active duty military, and veterans.
We're going to paddle this way.
For the next 5 days, they'll be taught by surf instructors, challenged by the ocean, and
in many ways, healed by the experience. It's something Brian knows well. He moved around a lot as a kid and rarely felt part of a community until he discovered surfing.
From basically 15 onward was where I could finally identify with a group.
Brian has not stopped surfing since. The sport has given him a lot, including now the chance to use it to help others.
That's a huge accomplishment. I never thought I could get something like that from the ocean and my surfing abilities. You know, modesty aside, I can surf, sure, but if I can impact other lives through the vehicle of my passion, I'm winning.
He isn't the only one. One by one, all around him, wounded warriors were reaching their goals as well.
I want to be there for them when they need to lean in, when they need advance, when they need to be celebrated with a high five that they just rode the first wave of their life or the 50th wave through the end of the day, to just kind of raise up not only their excitement, but also that they're being celebrated. And I want to serve them how they've served us.
Operation Surf continues to grow. This was its 9th year in Santa Cruz, but it's been in San Luis Obispo for 10 years, and they recently expanded a couple years ago into Southern California. Garvin Thomas, NBC Bay Area News.
Great story there, Garvin. 7:26 for you right now, and much more ahead here on Stay in the Bay, including fallout from the Mueller report. The New Action Democrats are vowing to take days after the report's release. Plus, a woman found lying in her driveway could be the victim of a hit and run. And when we find out where this all happened, well, it's a case that's going to really turn bizarre.
Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way. I've seen a cat without a grin. But a grin without a cat?
Hey, Mercedes. End audio. Change lighting to soft blue.
The completely reimagined 2020 GLE with intelligent voice control and available third row. Your adventure awaits at the Mercedes-Benz Spring event. But hurry, the event ends April 30th.
You ready for some cereal?
Austin!
Oh.
No. Come on, kids, let's go. PJ's on.
You deserve a mattress that works as hard and comforts as well as you do. And during Mancini Sleep World's tax-free mattress sale, we pay the sales tax on the largest selection of top brand quality mattresses. Visit sleepworld.com or one of our 33 locations to find the mattress that makes you go, ah.
Each morning, people wake and smile when they see the sun. Not that one, this one. It makes knowing when to take your prescriptions clear as day. Up to 50% of people don't take them properly. So at CVS Pharmacy, we got up early and built a system that helps calculate each person's ideal schedule. It's great for doctors and caregivers. At CVS Pharmacy, we're just trying to help more people have more mornings.
The Cadillac Move Up sales event is here. Move up to next-gen connectivity. Move up to advanced safety. Move up to something a little more, well, Cadillac. In XT5, XT4, and the Escalade. Current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2019 Cadillac XT5 from around $399 per month with no first month's payment and zero due at signing.
And a good Saturday morning to you. 7:28 for you right now. And here's a live look outside at the Bay Bridge there. A very cloudy start to our Saturday morning. Cooler temperatures, but things could change. I'm going to tell you about that in a bit. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm Marcus Washington in for Kira Clapper. VNA is taking a look at that microclimate forecast for us today, which is one you're going to have to pull out the jacket for, at least at the beginning.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be in the city. I mean, I know there's so many events going on, 420, you know, they've got Hippie Hill. It's going to be breezy and it's going to be cloudy in the city, but we're also seeing that marine layer. Look at this beautiful shot of Walnut Creek. Look at that cloud cover there. Now, the reason that our temperatures are going to be slightly cooler today is because we've got a passing cold front. That's going to bring some drizzle as well to the San Francisco area. But right now, our current temperatures as you head out the door in the 50s. Our daytime highs will only be topped topping out in the 60s today. We're not even going to be seeing 70s on the map. This is a pretty big difference compared to the 80s and 70s that we saw during the work week. But don't worry, look at the cloud cover. We'll start to notice a nice warm up just in time for Easter Sunday. And that's all thanks to high pressure beginning to dominate in our forecast once again. But for today, we're talking breezy conditions, mostly cloudy skies, and temps topping out in the 60s. So there's a quick 3 bullet point resume for your Saturday. I'll have a closer look at your Sunday and work week ahead, of course, coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks, BNA. Well, 7:30 for you right now when we begin with continuing coverage of a woman dragged by a Muni train. This is after her hand gets stuck in the door. Now, this is prompting concerns about the transit agency's new trains. So what happened? Could this happen again? These are all questions being asked. State regulators are now on the case, and Muni is under microscope. Today in the Bay, Sergio Quintana went to Embarco Station to get some answers.
In video that was first obtained by the San Francisco Examiner, you can see when she gets to the train and gets her hand stuck in the door. It looks like a station agent tries to tell the operator, but the train takes off and drags the woman. She falls onto the tracks where San Francisco fire rescue crews had to retrieve her.
1035 RC1, is she pinned under the train or can you get out? RC1, yeah, she's not trapped or anything. We can get her out. We just need a backboard.
The California Public Utilities Commission announced it's opened an investigation on this incident. The new trains don't have mirrors. Instead, operators can only see passengers boarding through a video camera. The acting director of the SFMTA Transit Division, Julie Kirschbaum, demonstrated how sensors are supposed to open if a person sticks their hand in a closing door.
Stop here.
Right now, it's closing on. Her hand was trapped during the demo. She says the SFMTA is adding additional door sensors to prevent future accidents.
We currently have this enhancement on 7 vehicles. We're going to be starting to do the entire fleet next month.
Those enhancements should be added to the new batch of trains it plans on ordering. But after recent reports of problems, Supervisor Aaron Peskin says the SFMTA has some explaining to do before City Hall hands over $62 million for more of the new Siemens-built trains.
I'm not inclined to spend money until all of these questions have been adequately answered.
Sergio Quintana, NBC, Bay Area News.
7:32 right now, and dozens of people gathered at a candlelight vigil to honor an 18-year-old Hayward High School football standout who went missing Thursday after falling off of a boogie board in Half Moon Bay. That vigil taking place at Hayward High School last night. Naftali Moy, football teammates, as well as his church family were there at that vigil. They wrote notes to the family, hugging one another, doing everything they could to provide comfort.
He was a fantastic young man who has been described as a gentle giant, which is not an exaggeration.
Now, football was Moy's passion. Despite several injuries, he was given a full ride to the University of Wyoming. His family says that they will camp out at the beach in Half Moon Bay where he was last seen until authorities recover his body. A developing story. This is out of Oakland. An 18-month-old is in critical condition. This is after falling from a second-story apartment building. Now, it happened late yesterday afternoon at the intersection of 16th and MLK. That child fell from the fire escape. Of course, we will update the child's condition through the weekend. And this morning, police are asking who ran this 69-year-old woman down in her own driveway. This bizarre hit and run left a San Jose woman in critical condition. Family and neighbors shaken by this crime. Today in the Bay's Ian Cole has the details.
Barbara Biaggi is 69 years old. She just lost her husband last year. The former teacher lives on the end of a tight-knit townhome community. But Tuesday night, her family says she was hit by a car in her driveway.
I didn't think it was real at first.
Neighbor Michael Batten was walking his dog and found her face down.
It was hard. She was unconscious, but her body was very much in pain.
He thinks it happened between 8:30 and 10:30, and they don't know who did it. Biaggi was taken to the Valley Medical Center where she is on life support.
Maybe someone backed into her, didn't see her because of the dark, and drove away.
We have no information beyond that of what would have hit her at that location going fast enough.
Her family is searching for answers, but so far there are none. No witnesses, no surveillance video, and to make it worse, she was helping care for her 32-year-old daughter.
Her special needs daughter. This is, she just lost her father in the last 6 months, and her mother was everything to her. And at this point of the game, to explain to her that her mom won't remember who she is if she does live.
She always used to work in her garage fiddling with things.
Neighbors are concerned for her and that it happened right on this safe, quiet road with no traffic at all.
Right now, everything is like a mystery, right? We don't know what exactly happened.
Ian Cole, NBC Bay Area News.
7:35, and now a follow-up to a case involving a grandmother accused of killing her 3-year-old grandson. The 70-year-old Milpitas woman made her first court appearance yesterday. Fuz Abdi Hashi was charged with first-degree murder and child endangerment. Police believe she strangled the toddler at their home on Monday. Investigators say another child was at that home and witnessed the killing. Hashi did not enter a plea. Well, they're calling it an ambush. Fremont police say that a man shot at an officer, but it was the man who ended up dead. This happened Thursday night, and according to police, that man fired a gun at an officer who was driving in front of Washington Hospital. They say that officer then fired back and hit the man. 2 other officers also responded and shot at the man after he pointed a weapon at them. Police have not released the man's name. They say they will release body camera video in the coming days. 7:35 right now, and the redacted Mueller report is out. And in Washington, the fight is intensifying while President Trump and his team are celebrating parts of the report and ready to move on. Democrats are taking new action. NBC's Blaine Alexander has the story from Washington.
448 redacted pages now public, but House Democrats demanding more, issuing subpoenas for special counsel Robert Mueller's full Russia report without redactions.
Because this is what we got. This is a big part of what the American people got, and we deserve more. We deserve the full report.
The Justice Department responding, calling the subpoena premature and unnecessary. While Mueller did not accuse President Trump of any criminal wrongdoing, the redacted report, released by Attorney General William Barr, details the president's repeated attempts to impede the investigation. For some Democrats, renewing talk of impeachment.
We certainly need to continue the investigative work to determine, are there other ways this president is compromised, or are there other offenses that rise to the level of removal from office?
From President Trump's camp, a different take. While his attorneys decided not to release a written rebuttal, for now, President Trump had plenty to say on Twitter, using an expletive to describe some statements about him in Mueller's report, calling them fabricated and totally untrue. Watch out for people that take so-called notes, he tweeted, when the notes never existed until needed. As Washington braces for a new fight, elsewhere, signs of Mueller fatigue.
If this is the last day we in the media are talking about Bob Mueller, would that be all right with y'all?
Absolutely. It would be great if we just quit looking and start moving on.
Instead, the battle moving to a new phase. And House Democrats don't just want that report. They want every piece of evidence from Mueller's nearly 2 years on the job, and they want it by May 1st. That's the same day that Barr is set to appear on Capitol Hill for his first of 2 days of testimony. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
And you can read the Mueller report for yourself. We've posted every single page of the public version on our website. The link is right on our front page, NBCBayArea.com. Back here at home, a mess for commuters on the Benicia Bridge. A fire yesterday afternoon shut down a few lanes. This is after a box truck burst into flames as it was trying to pass through the toll plaza. Now, here's a view of the aftermath there. You can see there is damage. A few of those booths there. It took crews hours to clean things up. Good thing here, no one was hurt. 7:38 right now, and still ahead for you here on Today in the Bay. First, a long rain delay and then a nasty collision there. We'll show you what happened at last night's Giants game.
This is the award-winning Acura RDX. Designed for where you drive.
Visit your Northern California Acura dealer for attractive offers on the RDX.
We don't know what our house is worth.
Let me help you with your pricing strategy.
The paper is winning!
I organize sales contracts for breakfast.
Really?
I heard baking cookies would attract buyers.
I'll handle the staging.
The best offer is out here somewhere. If I only had a
prepared comp evaluation, let's do this.
California real estate comes with a lot of questions. The first one should be, who's your realtor?
Do Denver's 300 days of sunshine make the smiles a little wider? Do our constant blue skies make the days feel fuller? They definitely make the energy here stronger. So your family can enjoy every unexpected encounter, each new discovery, and every outdoor adventure. Come play in this amazing city and experience everything Denver has to offer. Denver, soak it all in.
The choices you make for pest control and gardening products make a difference to your family's health and your environment. Go to mywatershedwatch.org to find free information about alternative solutions to toxic pesticides. Choose less toxic products and methods for pest control and yard care to protect people, pets, and your neighborhood.
This is the 7-passenger Acura MDX, designed for where you drive.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
7:40 for you right now, and it was painful to watch. The Giant fans and Pirate fans, these are one of those games you look back and you say, maybe we should have just allowed the rain to come on and move the game on. Well, in Pittsburgh, you might have seen that game right here on NBC Bay Area. The rain delay of about 90 minutes. When the game finally started, Madison Bumgarner got knocked around a bit. Matt Bum gave up 4 runs in the first inning. He did settle down after that, but it was too little too late. And this was a scary moment here. 2 of the Pirates collide. This pop fly there, Starling Marte had to be carted off. The Pirates win the game, but it's costly there. Final score, 4-1. And to the Coliseum now, the Toronto Blue Jays jump out to an early lead. Never looking back, this was not the A's night. The Blue Jays win this one 5-1. It is not all bad. We still have the Warriors and the Sharks in the playoffs Easter Sunday. It's going to be a fun one here. So the Warriors in L.A. looking to take a 3-1 series lead. Tip-off is at 12:30. And late last night, the NHL announcing the game time for the Sharks tomorrow in Vegas is at 4 p.m. Now, if the Sharks lose, they're out. Vegas leads the series now 3-2. And there's much more ahead for you right here on Today in the Bay. Coming up, an uncertain future. Why a beloved Michelin star restaurant in the Mission may need a new place to call home.
We've got the clouds, the cooler temperatures. Our daytime highs will only top out in the 60s throughout the Bay Area. But don't worry, it looks like a warm up and sunshine may be on the way for your Easter Sunday. I'll have a look at that coming up. Stay with us.
One site, over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Shop the 3-store inventory of the Euromotors Auto Group at 1-800-NEWBENZ.com. Mercedes-Benz of San Francisco, Mercedes-Benz of Oakland, and Mercedes-Benz of Monterey. With a completely transparent shopping experience. At 1-800-NEW-BENZ, choose your vehicle, value your trade-in, and apply for financing all online. During the Mercedes-Benz Spring Event, lease a new C300 sedan for just $429 a month. Go to 1-800-NEWBENZ.com for your affordable Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Show me the crown. Show me homecoming. Baby sloth videos on YouTube.
Amy, do you mind giving someone else a turn?
Oh, yeah, I've made myself a little comfortable here.
I got a pizza for Amy.
Yes, that's me.
Xfinity lets you search Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube with the sound of your voice.
And I don't have my wallet, so...
That's simple, easy, awesome. Get Xfinity Internet and TV for $40 each a month for 12 months when you bundle both. And get 20 hours of cloud DVR service included. Switch today.
Dad, can we open the sunroof?
Yes.
Did you bring the kombucha? Is that how cows are made? Are your hands at 10 and 2?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is this the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Did that bear just poo in our tent?
Yes.
Does the all-new 7-passenger Buick Enclave have everything your family wants in an SUV?
Yes.
Get up to 16% below MSRP on most of these Buick models when you finance through GM Financial. That's just over $10,300 below MSRP on this 2018 Enclave Avenir.
Good Saturday morning, and as we expected, it's cloudy out there. The temperatures are cool, and we've got those winds that are going to begin to pick up. Look at this beautiful shot of Walnut Creek. A lot of cloud cover, and that's what's going to keep our daytime highs a lot cooler than what we've been enjoying. Now, right now, current temperatures as you head out the door in the 50s, definitely cool, but our daytime highs will be topping out in the 60s. But let's talk about what is driving these cooler temperatures. So we've got an approaching cold front, parts of it already bringing some drizzle to San Francisco, but a lot of that moisture is going to stick off to the north and just east of us. So we're not expecting heavy rain. In fact, the rain will be so light, not everybody is going to see it. If I fast forward this timeline to about 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, notice the rain off in the South Lake Tahoe area. So if you're going to be going to Yosemite or you're going to be driving up to Lake Tahoe, you might catch some rain on your drive up there. Now, as far as your Sunday forecast goes, once that system moves out by Sunday, just in time for Easter, we will see clear skies and those temperatures will once again begin to warm up. But first, let me go ahead and give you a look at your daytime highs for today, because we will only be topping out in those 60s. San Jose 64 degrees. In through the interior valleys, also expect to see some upper 60s and some low 70s for areas like Pittsburgh, Concord, topping out at about 68 degrees. Meanwhile, in Oakland, 63, and along the peninsula, upper 50s, low 60s, in through San Mateo, 62. If you're going to be in the city, take a jacket, please. It's going to be breezy and a lot of cloud cover expected all day long, really. It doesn't really clear out until tomorrow. Filtered sunshine, though, for areas like the South Bay. The North Bay might get some filtered sunshine as well. Ukiah, 66 degrees. And if you're going to be driving up to Lake Tahoe today and you're wondering about tomorrow's forecast, well, today you might catch some showers. But again, by tomorrow, that system moves out and we make way for a lot of sunny skies. And also, of course, you saw the spring skiing and the snowboarding, which is beautiful weather where you can snowboard probably with just a t-shirt. I saw a couple of people out there with t-shirts, even though it's a lot of snow out there because of a good snowpack during the winter year. All right, so Easter Sunday in the South Bay, it's going to be beautiful. Our temperatures will be warming up into the upper 60s. We've got some low 70s for tomorrow. So whether you're going to be hanging out with family or doing all those Easter egg hunts, you don't have to worry about any rain, which is great news for everybody. Also, the next 7 days, we have a couple of changes that I do want to make note of. As we head into tomorrow, again, the high pressure begins to dominate, and this is going to set us up for a lovely start to Monday. Monday, we're expecting 80s in inland areas, and believe it or not, by Tuesday and Wednesday, as this high pressure continues to dominate, we might even see the potential of some low 90s in through the interior valleys. So expect a really good warm up as we head in towards the work week. Our overnight lows will be in the 60s. That's how warm it's going to be. You might even have to turn your heater on. I haven't had to do that just yet, but we may be seeing that into Monday. So again, today we'll get a little cloud cover, a little drizzle in San Francisco. The winds will kick up, but by tomorrow, Easter Sunday, absolutely gorgeous conditions to be outside enjoying out and about. Marcus, I'll send things over to you.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get out and enjoy it indeed. Thanks, Vianney. Well, still ahead for you here on Today in the Bay. Will it be the end of an era? Why a very popular Michelin-starred restaurant in the Mission may have no choice but to find a new place to call home or close.
Monday on California Live, Dr. Pimple Popper is here to tell us how to protect our skin against summer sun.
And Malou has something you're going to flip over in the kitchen. It's all happening on California Live. Monday morning at 11:30 on NBC Bay Area.
BTS fans here.
Music's #1 night. For the first time ever, don't miss BTS and Halsey's worldwide debut of their new duet. Kelly Clarkson hosts the Billboard Music Awards May 1st on NBC.
Hitting a snag.
A small business owner is told to wait an entire year for a reimbursement check until our consumer team got involved.
Plus, waiting for another warm-up. We're tracking the forecast as you gear up for the start of your work week.
Join us Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
It's time for the Rebate or Ride Sales event. The world's best swim-in-place experience is on sale now at Hot Spring Spas. Hurry in to save thousands on your new swim spa and get 48-month special financing. Act now to enjoy a low-impact and high-benefit swim spa workout. During this special event, you'll also get your choice of an additional $1,000 factory rebate or an underwater aqua bike. Only at Hot Spring Spas with locations in Santa Cruz and San Jose. Let one of our aquatic fitness experts help you find the ideal swim spa today.
Time and Temperature on NBC Bay Area is sponsored by Mancini Sleep World, simply the best place to buy a mattress.
Mancini Sleep World's tax-free mattress sale. Visit sleepworld.com.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Current competitive owners get 20% below MSRP on most Equinox models when financing with GM Financial. Or current qualified competitive lessees can lease this Equinox for around $249 a month.
Introducing Envy, Kelly Moore's newest premium exterior house paint. Make your home the pride of the neighborhood with Envy. Visit kellymoore.com and sign up for a free color sample coupon, redeemable at your neighborhood Kelly Moore.
7:50 right now, and earlier this week, a unique exhibit opened in San Francisco's Civic Center. It's a public display to honor survivors of the Holocaust. Today in the Bay's Joe Rosado Jr. introduces us to the photographer and his message.
There are some who'd prefer to leave the darkest parts of our past in the shadows of history.
Is this your idea?
German photographer Luigi Toscano prefers to look it in the eye.
It's all survivors from Washington.
For the last 4 years,
see a little bit behind the scenes.
Toscano has traveled the world, meeting different people who share something in common. They're all survivors.
My father was arrested by the Gestapo. We then immediately left Vienna with literally the shirts on our backs.
Toscano is a collector of sorts. He collects stories of the Holocaust from those who lived it.
The Holocaust was part of my family. It lived in my house.
But Toscano's main focus is collecting the images of those who survived.
You have to make me look young and beautiful.
I take pictures from Holocaust survivors all over the world, and I travel around the world to take these pictures and bring it in the public space.
The German photographer recently visited the Bay Area, taking portraits of local Holocaust survivors like Eleanor Kroman.
That personalizes the Holocaust to the world.
The massive images will go on display in a month-long exhibit called Lest Be Forget in San Francisco's Civic Center. It's similar to exhibits Toscano has staged in the Ukraine, Germany, and Washington, D.C.
I feel really honored that the people are really open to me.
In Berkeley, Toscano meets with 97-year-old Ben Stern, a Polish-born man who survived a series of concentration camps, including Auschwitz and a death march.
7,000 boys working 33 days. 156 survived. I promise if I survive, I will talk about it.
My message is, if you forget the past, we are damned to repeat it.
And with his camera, Toscano puts a human face to that past, shining a bright light in the dark corners of history.
Okay.
Joe Rosado Jr., NBC Bay Area News.
7:52 for you right now. Well, this is becoming all too familiar story here in the Bay Area. Soaring rent prices forcing businesses to shut their doors. Well, this time, the victim could be the Michelin-rated restaurant Commonwealth. Now, San Francisco Eatery has been serving California cuisine in the Mission District for nearly a decade. But now, Chef Jason Fox says that the landlord wants to double the rent and add new stipulations to the lease. Well, Fox says he simply can't afford that.
I've been here for 20 years. San Francisco's changed a lot, and we're kind of hoping that maybe some of the values and things that it was before can kind of still hold on.
Well, the restaurant's current lease is good through September. After that, the future is uncertain. Fox says that he is looking for another space to rent nearby. Well, some pot, a ferret, and an alligator. Yep, you see it right there. That's what Hollister police officers found in a home on Thursday. Now, these are photos from their Facebook page. You can see it right there, that alligator, 5 feet long. Officers had a warrant to search the house, and that's what they found. Animal control officers took the animal to a care facility. Well, much more ahead for you right here on Today in the Bay, including our Clear the Shelter segment featuring our friends from Pets in Need. We'll introduce you to that little cute little cutie there. That's Jazzy. It's coming up next.
Let your worries get tiny in your rear view. Out here, it's hard to sit still. And really, why would you want to? Wouldn't it be nice to keep moving in a new Toyota? Now get $1,000 cash back on Highlander, or get $1,000 when you finance with Toyota on the all-new redesigned RAV4 and RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota Safety Sense and 2 years no-cost maintenance comes standard. Toyota, let's go places.
When it matters most, patients and physicians turn to Stanford Healthcare.
I was at a 38-week ultrasound and actually felt my own lump. My water broke 2 weeks early. My husband actually wheelchaired me in my C-section gown to the neighboring breast clinic for the biopsy. It was, in fact, malignant. I've loved my experience with my care team at Stanford. From day one, I remember them walking me through with this very calming voice. This is what we see. This is what it means. Stanford is, no question, the place that I look to for that treatment and for that support, because they've been so amazing at a time when I needed it the most.
U.S. News and World Report recognizes again Stanford Healthcare in the top 10 best hospitals in the nation. Discover our patient stories on StanfordHealthNow.org.
Alrighty, you guys are almost all set.
Great.
Sounds good.
Honey, while you finish up here, I'll grab us some coffee.
Okay. Ready to go?
But, getting a Volkswagen during the Sign Then Drive event, it's almost that easy. With practically just your signature, you can get a 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Well, welcome back. You know, it's that time where we have our Clear the Shelter segment and our friends with Pets in Need. We have Marcia Hollander and Jacqueline Stewart here with our little friend Jazzy here. She's a cutie. She's all dressed up for us this morning.
Yes, she is.
So talk to us about Jazzy. What type of breed? How old is she?
She's a possible Poodle Chihuahua blend.
Okay.
We don't really know. 4 months old. Super chilled personality. She is a puppy, so
right.
She has a little bit of energy, a little mouthy, so I think she can go into any home. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people out there, like myself, looking to get a pet, and you're wondering, like, okay, now I don't think I'm ready to be a single parent just yet with that. But the situation is, who is an ideal person to care for someone like Jazzy?
Like Jazzy?
Yeah.
I think anybody.
Anyone, yeah.
I think a family, maybe not with tiny kids, but I think she can go into any home. I think she, apartment, house. I mean, she's small, not going to be huge, so she'd be a
good
great
for first-time pet owners too.
I agree.
And for someone who's a tester, this might be a great event. You all are having an event today. It's a foster event. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we're having an open house for fosters at our Palo Alto shelter. It's at 5 p.m. and basically we're just going to be talking about the foster program with Pets in Need. It's something that we really need right now, are lots of fosters. We have lots of puppies and kittens and just other medical dogs or cats that are coming in. So if people would like to learn more about fostering, they can come, and there'll be refreshments and games, and it'll be fun.
And that would be a good tester, too, for someone looking to get a pet.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So it's no long-term commitment. They usually just take them in for anywhere from like 1 to 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
We pay for everything, all the medical care supplies, and they're all thoroughly trained. So you'll get a little bit more knowledge about pet ownership and see if you're ready for it.
All right, this is a great opportunity. So tell us again where this is going to be and what time?
It's at Pets in Need Palo Alto at 5 p.m. You can go to our website for more details, petsinneed.org.
All right, and more animals like little Jazzy here?
Yes.
Yes,
definitely.
a lot of different dogs and cats and other animals.
We have bunnies and guinea pigs.
At Palo Alto.
Bunnies?
Yeah.
Yep, perfect for Easter.
She's so cute dressed up. Well, thank you all so much
Thank
for joining
you,
us.
Marcus.
Hopefully Jazzy and a lot of other little pets find homes. Thank you all for joining us. And of course, we'll have much more for you in our local newscasts coming up for you later tonight at 5, 6, and 11. Don't forget, we're always on at NBCBayArea.com.
Introducing the